absolutely loved it. I got a call from two publicists at A&M Records at the time, a woman named Dee Dee McNeil and another woman named Billy Spencer, asking me would I be interested in hearing an album that Quincy Jones had just finished called Body Heat. And would I consider writing about it as a cover story for this other magazine that I was editing at the time? And I'd known Quincy since I was a kid because of his relationship with my pops. I said, yeah, let me hear the record. So they sent me the record. I absolutely loved it. So shortly thereafter, they called and said, if you like, would you like to interview Q? I said, yeah, sure. So he gave me his number. I called him. He was like, hey, man, how you doing? He hadn't seen me since I was like 11 or 12 years old. And so whatever I'm at this time, 19 or 20. He said, come on down to A&M Records lot, because at the time, Disneyland used to do big band gigs on the summer nights on the Tomorrowland stage. And he said his band was going to be playing a big band gig down at Disneyland. And many of the members of his band at the time were guys who had been either in Basie's band or Ellington's band. So many of those guys, if they knew my mom and my dad, and some of them remembered me from when I was born, because when I was initially born, being my mom and dad's first child, it became a big issue for them. So I turned up at he told me to turn up at A&M on a Friday night at 6 o'clock. I turned up Friday night at 6:20 or 6:30. Of course, I was late. You know how your people are. And so I turn up late. And when I get there, I got an afro this big, and I'm a tall guy anyway. And I'm wearing like ridiculous platform boots. And Quincy, stands up and tells all the guys, man, you know who this is? You hear a couple of old guys in the back, and now we don't know who the big hit is, but he's late. I know that much. And Jones said, yeah, he said, this is B and Carol's son. And then one of the guys in the band goes, you got to be kidding me. Because my family nickname is Bugs. So they knew me as Bugs. Is that little Bugs? I said, man, I remember when you were no more than a conversation. We were on the road with Basie, and B said, yeah, man, I'm going to go upstairs and get on this big Georgia girl and make me a son. And here I was. So Jones and I went down to Disneyland, sat backstage, just talked pretty much all evening. Didn't really do the interview. Just he wanted to hear about what had gone on in my life at that point. And then Sunday he said, come back and do it again. Sunday I came back and did it again. And I realized by the end of the day on Sunday, at a certain point, he asked me, what did I want to do? And, I'm 18, 19 years old, and I was in world domination mode. I want to take over the world. I want to do X, Y, and Z and all these things. And one of the things I said that I wanted to do was produce records. And he stops me in my tracks and says, we already have somebody here who does that, meaning him. So you're going to have to do something else, And I realized at a certain point while I was there to interview him, he was really interviewing me, because the record Body Heat was a career change for him